Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 board gaming video. Today we're back with another update video where I'm going to go over some more games that I'm really excited to play or new pre-orders that are coming out and all of this kind of stuff. I've really enjoyed doing it the past few months and I hope that you guys have enjoyed me doing it as well. Again, we're at the end of convention season and we're seeing a lot of new games come out, and of course we're always seeing new things come out, but essentially just based off some descriptions. I'm looking forward to a lot of different ones, but these are another 5 that are really close to the top of my list. Of course, as always, I want to know what you guys have to say. What are some games that you're looking forward to and why, as well as your thoughts on my picks. Let me know anything and everything in the comments below. With that, we're going to get started with my number 5. At number 5, I've got Seven Wonders New Edition. Now, Seven Wonders has never been my favorite game, but I really do appreciate the strategy and excitement that you can get from it, as well as the clean and consistent mechanics and gameplay that you've got. It's been around for 10 years, won a ton of awards, and we've got a lot of expansions for it. What's in New Edition? I have no idea. Details are kind of sparse on it, and that's why it's so low on the list. The fact is, though, that with such a game that is really genuinely good, I'm curious to see what this is going to bring to us, and so I still have it on my radar, but not quite as high as others might have it. Seven Wonders New Edition, my number 5. At number 4, I've got Aliens, based of course on the movie series of the same name. Now, we've seen quite a few games that use this IP, but this is the first one, to my knowledge at least, that has this sort of mission and campaign structured gameplay similar to Level 7 Escape and those types of things, where you're going to have your miniatures moving around and all of that kind of stuff. I would love to see how it gets adapted into the game style, and on top of that, it's being made by Gale Force 9 Games, the same folks who brought us the new edition of Dune. So I think it's going to be good. I'm really hoping it's going to be good, but I'm still kind of stepping back because it is an IP, so I worry about the cash grab thing. Aliens, my number 4. At number 3, I've got One Small Step. This is from Academy Games, and so immediately we know 2 things. It's about getting to the moon, and it's going to be at least somewhat scientific, which makes me super excited. The thing that intrigues me most about this, though, is that the game consists of 2 teams of up to 12 people. So I'm thinking this is essentially going to be kind of like Captain Sonar on steroids, where you're going to have a lot of these very individual, very specific jobs, where you're going to have the team leader and everybody reporting to them, and at the same time, looking at the board and some of the components and everything, it just looks really cool, including how they actually have the trajectory that astronauts use to get to and land on the moon eventually. Sounds like an amazing game. I'm super excited to try and play it. One Small Step, my number 3. At number 2, I've got Omen, Heir to the Dunes. This is a game based off of Egyptian mythology where one person is meant to be an heir of Anubis and another player an heir of Horus. And it really gives me vibes of kind of a combination of Seven Wonders and Zeus and Hera, where you're trying to build up these great statues and pantheons and all of this kind of stuff, while at the same time you're sending different mythological creatures after one another and all this sort of thing. Now, I've said in a few of my videos that I really love Egyptian mythology, and I also love this idea of having the one versus one, the good and evil, dark and light sort of thing going on. And so I'm curious to see how it goes, because one versus one games, obviously, they've been really, really big, especially in the last couple of years. Hopefully this will be a decent adaptation, especially if you can add in some more of these strategic values like we see in Seven Wonders. But either way, Omen is my number 2. At number 1, I have a bit of a weird one. Cosmic Frog, World Eaters from Dimension Zero. So the idea of this game is that it's based off of set collection, player interaction, theft, and combat on a planetary scale. I really didn't know anything whatsoever about it, but it's at my number 1 simply because of a phrase that I'm going to read directly off of its description. Each player controls a 2-mile-tall, immortal, invulnerable frog with a unique ability. What more do you need from any game ever? Not to mention the box art is completely psychedelic and ridiculous and reminiscent of the Beatles in their later years, and it just sounds like an incredible premise that I have never heard of anything like it at all. It seems so cool and so weird and so goofy, and that is frankly the only reason that it's on the list. I honestly don't know if it's going to be a good game, nor do I expect it to be good. I just think it's going to be a ridiculously fun adventure type of thing. Cosmic Frog, my number one. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video of another 5 games that I'm really excited to see and play. Again, I'm talking about games that are available for pre-order or new games that have recently been released that I simply can't play. I don't have the money to buy them, much less the people around to play them with, and so I'm just sort of browsing around being like, oh, if only, and all of that kind of thing. As always, though, of course, I want to hear what you guys have to say. What are games that you're looking forward to playing, or better yet, what are games that you are able to play, especially if you're still stuck in quarantine and have people to play with? Let me know anything and everything in the comments below. That said, as always, if you haven't done so already, please take a look at my social media pages where you can interact with myself and my channel in a bunch of fun ways. For those of you who are still in quarantine, stay safe, stay inside, and hopefully this will all be over relatively soon, but at this point, who really knows? Keep playing games, keep having fun, keep trying to make yourselves feel better. But with all of that, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.